Safety is something that's deeply associated with trauma and trauma recovery. Traumatic experiences or events rob us of feeling safe and often leave us feeling powerless to reestablish that safety. And trauma healing and recovery is much about establishing safety and learning how to keep it. But there's some really important components here that people miss all the time. First, it's not just about physical safety. There's emotional and mental and social and financial and sexual and spiritual and so on and so forth. But more on that later. Right now, I want to give you an example to help you understand what I mean. Think about animals in the wild. They are not always safe. There are times, yes, where they are and they know it because they tend to rest or sleep. But for the most part, there's almost always a threat or the potential of threat. So a factor that contributes to their ability to survive and thrive has to do with not only being safe, but knowing when there's a threat and then knowing what to do about that threat to establish safety. A possum faints, a turtle goes into its shell, a rabbit runs. Not that it always works, but the notion is when not safe, they know what to do. Studies have shown that people that are able to fight for their safety or flee for their safety often have less severity of symptoms with things like PTSD. One of the biggest issues I see with people who have been through trauma is 1, they don't ever feel safe. 2, they don't know what would make them feel safe. And 3, they have no idea how to establish safety for themselves. That can mean physical, but when we add in mental and emotional, it gets really complicated. We tend to think that just having no threat means that we can finally feel safe, but that is rarely the case in this world. I'm going to do a video on each of the types of areas like mental, emotional, physical, social, financial, and how to create safety in those ways. But my question for you is this: how do you know when you are safe mentally, emotionally, and physically? And if not, what do you do to change that? Let me know your answers in the comments and stay tuned for the next videos.